You know, I've had people ask me why I've decided to record the police. Why on earth would you do that? What's the point in it? You're just gonna get into trouble. They're just gonna fuck with you. I've known since a young age that corruption dwells within police and anybody with a position of some power. When I was 7 years old, my father got my brother and I brand new dirt bikes right off the showroom floor. And on that day, about, let's say, afternoon time on Christmas, I was out with my little helmet on, my knee pads, and all that good stuff, riding around in my neighborhood. And then Davy police officer shows up, tells me, "Hey, what are you doing? You can't be riding that." I go, "I'm so sorry. I'm wearing a helmet." He goes, "I don't care. If I see you on that thing again, I'm going to take it. I'm going to tow it." I go, "Oh, wow, okay." I go home crying. He said he was going to tow it. I can't ride my dirt bike. When my brother was 15 years old, he was a piece of shit, to say the least. I'm sure a lot of you out there, you can't judge him for that, because we've all done fucked up things when, we were stupid kids. He had been what they call car hopping. That's what they call it when you go into a neighborhood and you look around for cars that are open, and you open the door and you look for anything you can find: money, phone, anything at all. And so a buddy of his got caught that same night as he did, and he wouldn't give up where the property was. So there's no evidence of a crime being committed, that he committed it. So what they did was they handcuffed him, threw him on the ground, beat him up, and they sicked a dog on him, on his calf. I remember when I was, still just a little kid, him talk, he had to have the whole leg just surgically redone. And so when they got my brother, they did the same thing. They threw him on the ground, handcuffed him, beat him up, asked him where the shit was. And they took their handcuffs, right? And they put them around their fists, and they wiggled them in between his rib cages. And they told him, "If you don't tell us where the evidence is, we're going to beat the shit out of you, break every single one of your ribs, and sick the dogs on you." And he told him. He wasn't stupid. He told, "It's over there. Go make a left, look under the tree, and it's right there." My father was a well-respected businessman his entire life in the city of Fort Lauderdale. Look up Tatertown. Ask anybody in Fort Lauderdale if they know what Tatertown is, and I guarantee you 9 times out of 10 someone knows what Tatertown is. My grandfather and grandmother founded Tatertown, and my father ran it after they no longer could. When his mother passed away, she passed away of heart failure, and it happened in the hallway right outside of his bedroom. He was sleeping at the time, and then someone who was renting a room from us stumbled upon her, woke my father up, and called 911. My father immediately rushed, started performing CPR on her. A member of the Davie Police Department arrived before the ambulance was able to. When the roommate went, flagged the officer down and brought him into the house, and he saw my father performing CPR on his mother, he pulled his taser out, handcuffed him, arrested him, and they put the handcuffs on too tight. His wrists were bleeding. He asked them nicely. They demeaned him. They called him names. They treated him like he killed his own mother. So they locked him in a room, handcuffs still on, with the dried blood of his dead mother still on his face. They didn't allow him to wash it off. They didn't allow him a drink of water for 6 hours. My father had to suffer through that. There was no closure. There was no grieving. All there was trauma. Trauma of not being able to save your own mother's life, then being kidnapped and locked in a room immediately afterwards. Everybody has their own reason why they do this. Nobody does it to make money or grow popular on YouTube, because there is literally 1,000,001 different ways you could get rich on YouTube or make money on YouTube with not even half the risk. The people that do this, they do it because they care about it. They believe in the cause. They believe in holding public officials accountable for their actions. There's no other genre of YouTube videos where an individual puts their freedom at risk knowingly, day after day, time and time again. Name one of them. You know, people ask me why I do this. Whoa, why are you standing there recording the police? They're not doing anything. Well, the reason why I do it is because I want them to know I'm out there. That as long as I have anything to do about it, they're not going to get away with what they've been getting away with their whole career. And I'll try my damnedest to make sure that never happens. That's why I do this. That's why I believe in the cause. Because a small percentage and a large amount of people that have been brutalized, victimized by the police and people in a position of power. This government was founded by the people, for the people. This country, this idea that the people are free. That the people run the government, not the government owns the people. That's why I do this.